Alrighty, we are back, and today I would like to give you a little tips on how to pack for a vacation like this one. So if you're headed somewhere tropical, whether it's to surf or to snorkel or just to relax, I have the ultimate packing checklist to make sure that you're prepped and connected wherever you go and ready for any tropical adventure. Alright, so we are going to break this down into a few chapters so you can skip around if you need. First chapter will be pre-trip preparation. The next chapter is what to pack in your check-in luggage, and the following chapter will be what to pack in your carry-on, and the last chapter is what to check for when you land. Okay, first things first. Pre-trip prep. Important. So I always check the weather forecast, but I think it's really handy to check the surf forecast for where you are going. I find that it gives a better long-range outlook into weather or swells. So sometimes different excursions like boat outings or snorkeling can get canceled if the swell is too big. So that's another reason to check surf forecasts or fishing forecasts can also be kind of helpful. Another thing is to double check all your bookings. I've seen people book things on the wrong year or the wrong day or the wrong date. It happens, so just double check everything. Also, if there is a time change in your flight, make sure you're getting to the airport on the correct day, especially for red-eye flights. And with transportation, confirm your transportation from the airport to your accommodation before you get on that plane, especially on smaller islands, or if you're landing at night, there's not as many transportation choices, so just be wary on that and get that sorted. And one of the first things I do before any international trip is to set up an eSIM before I get there. So I'm using the Airalo app, and it's so easy. There's no waiting in line at the airport for a SIM card. There's no stressing if you land late and all those eSIM booths are closed. They also have 100% digital plans for over 200 regions and countries, and it lets you keep your original phone number, which is very handy. You can install it right from your phone, even when you're in transit. I've used Airalo for trips in Japan, Europe, Mexico, and beautiful little islands, and being instantly connected helps with everything from navigating to uploading Instagram stories. So use my code JMA3 for $3 off and install it free today and travel stress-free. So another pre-trip preparation tip is to figure out what you're going to wear to the airport before you start packing everything. So for me, I like to wear things with lots of pockets, like cargo pants, so you can have your chapstick here and your phone here and your ID here and your passport here. Everything is on you, so it's easy to get to. And I also like to have a jacket that's easy to zip on and off, because sometimes airplanes can get so chilly and you don't want to like elbow somebody trying to get your sweater on or off. Wear comfy shoes that are easy to slip on and off. Even if you are TSA pre-check, sometimes you get stuck in the regular line and you have to take your shoes off. So maybe don't wear shoes with tons of buckles and straps and you know. I also bring a change of clothes and a bikini in a smaller bag in my carry-on, so right when I get off the plane, I can get rid of that airport feeling and just jump right into the ocean, because look, tell me you wouldn't want to jump right in, you know? Okay, chapter 2. Check-in luggage. I tend to prefer top open luggage because you can visually see how much room you actually have instead of filling two halves and hoping it closes. But I also find that it saves space when you are unpacking things in your room, especially if it's a small hotel room like the ones in Japan or like a hostel. Instead of opening an entire clamshell, you have a lot more room when opening it. What would you call that? Treasure box style? Treasure chest style? For clothing in your check-in, you want to bring lightweight clothes that dry super fast because you never know when it's going to rain all of a sudden. And you also want clothes that don't really wrinkle easily because you don't want to spend your time on vacation steaming or ironing your clothes. For bathing suits and swimwear for women, bring a one-piece for activities where you're moving a lot, and then bring bikinis for lounging and tanning. Because trust me, you'll want those options. Workout clothes if you're going to go to the gym or join yoga somewhere. Bring extra socks because tropical places are typically humid and things don't dry as fast as you think they would. Sarongs and cover-ups that are kind of my favorite thing. They're so easy to wear, perfect for cover-up. You can even make it into a dress for a night out, and you could also use it for a blanket if you needed to. See, the sarong's so nice. Okay, yes, I love sarongs and pareos. Waterproof sandals. Oh, don't mind the sand. Okay. Also bring sneakers if you plan on hiking because you don't really want to get your airport shoes pretty muddy. A sun hat, preferably waterproof, or you can get one that's like locally made somewhere, which would be a nice souvenir. A beach tote that is water resistant or zips all the way shut because I don't know how much sand you want in your bag, or water, or sunscreen. You know what I mean. Or reusable market bags, because you'll want to go to local farmers market or pick up a few groceries. It's just nice to have that instead of using plastic. Dry bags or water-resistant pouches. You can use a Ziploc probably if you're in a pinch, but yeah, something completely waterproof that you can fit your phone into in case you really need to. Also, if you are going to bring jewelry, bring waterproof ones, gold-plated, vermeil, gold, because I find that the salt in tropical places will rust your jewelry pretty quickly or turn your fingers green. All right, beach gear. You want a lightweight or a quick dry towel. Hopefully your accommodation should have towels because they do take up a lot of room, but a sarong, again, a pareo could work in a pinch. You could bring a wetsuit if you need to. Check the water temperatures before you go. If you don't need a wetsuit, bring it all the way over there. That would be kind of annoying, but maybe it's better than being cold the entire time. Snorkel and mask. A lot of places will have ones you can borrow, but I prefer to bring my own because I know that it's clean and I know that it's not scratched. You definitely take a chance with rental snorkel gear because a lot of them can be really scratched up and you want good visibility when you're snorkeling and enjoying the ocean. And on that note, reef safe defogger. I think baby shampoo works pretty well, but you want to make sure it is friendly to the ocean. Okay, so swim fins. I use mine to protect my board, kind of like this. I put one on the deck and on the bottom and I duct tape it, and in my brain, it protects my board a little bit better. And don't forget extra duct tape and ding repair if you are bringing a surfboard. I could actually do a separate how to pack your surfboard video if you think that would be helpful. Okay, skincare and beauty. Reef safe sunscreen. Read the labels. Do not bring nasty sunscreen to beautiful places, please. Same with after sun care like aloe and lotions. Make sure it's doesn't have too many chemicals. The one thing that you might need chemicals for is bug spray. Usually the natural ones work pretty well, but there are some places where it just does not work. So again, ask the locals or call your accommodation and see what they recommend. I don't recommend chemicals, but I also don't want you to get dengue. SPF lip balm. I think a lot of people, including myself, forget to put sunscreen on my lips. So that chapstick, lifesaver. And a first aid kit. You know, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that a first aid kit is pretty necessary. Chapter 3, carry-on luggage. And if you can master the carry-on only method, kudos to you. But sometimes we just carry too much stuff. All right, bring a water bottle, duh. I think the one place that I've been to that I felt like I didn't need a water bottle was Japan, because there are vending machines everywhere, and that's also not good for the environment, but I do like to try all the flavors of the wonderful drinks they have there. Snacks are important for long layovers or for flights being delayed, or maybe your plane serves food that smells and looks super weird. Bring your own snacks and your blood sugar levels will thank you. Sandals and a change of clothes, like I said before, it's nice to brush off that airplane feeling as soon as you land. I also sometimes bring face wipes or under eye masks so I could put them on the plane and look crazy. Don't forget your AirPods and a portable charger in your carry-on. Do you really want to do a 6, 10, 12-hour flight just listening to engine noise? Also, for my not so young people out there, you can bring a tennis ball and put it behind your back to lean against when you are being sore because those chairs aren't too comfortable. Important tech tip, read up on what gadget needs to go on what suitcase. There's some things that can't be checked in, like drones, because they have lithium batteries, as far as I know as of today. But obviously you can keep your cords and chargers and whatnot in your checked luggage to save yourself some space. I've been yapping so long it's not even funny. Okay. Chapter 4. When you land, I would say check your surfboard as soon as you can, as soon as you're allowed to open your luggage. Check the nose and the tail. Just make sure there's no crazy dings, because you don't want to get excited to surf to find out that your board has a massive ding in it. Also, another thing to check for is toiletries. Make sure that there's no crazy spills or leaks, especially if you have a long transit from the airport to your accommodation. You don't want the spills getting worse on the way there. Another thing is to just change into your summer tropical clothing and feel like you're ready for your vacation. And lastly, and most importantly, reapply or apply sunscreen because you don't want to get burnt on your first day. That'd be so bad. Rookie mistake. Okay, hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Maybe some of those things were super obvious, but when you are stressed and trying to pack for this amazing vacation, it's easy to have things slip. So yeah, I would say having Airlo helped so much when getting off the plane because I already had my eSIM installed and could order a taxi right away. So if you would like to also make your traveling a little less stressful, feel free to use my code JMA3 for $3 off your first eSIM with Airlo. So I hope you have a beautiful vacation wherever you're off to, and don't forget to install Airlo. I'll leave the link in the description below. Until then, I will see you in the next adventure, wherever that may be. Bye guys!
Oh.